fantastic day. I'm here again today with my husband, Matthias, and yeah, we decided today we want to talk about why we actually live in Europe, why we left the United States, because if you do not know, I'm American and my husband is Swiss, which means we can live anywhere in the United States or anywhere in the European Union freely. We could choose any country basically, or any state in the US. So a lot of people are wondering, like, all the places we could go, why would we choose Europe and specifically Switzerland? So we want to talk about that today.
The number one reason for me was it was too busy. It was very much a rat race for us. Like, we're running around in circles all the time. We just didn't feel comfortable anymore living that way. That's why we chose Europe, especially Switzerland. You have a more calmer, more not fulfilling, but it's a more easier life.
Simpler, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, living in the US, you guys know we were working and saving, which is all great, but after almost 4 years of that, it gets to be a little bit exhausting, and we certainly knew moving back over to Europe is going to allow us to slow down a little bit, and we can still work very hard, but we can enjoy our life a little bit more. It's just simple, and yeah, I don't know, guys. For me, the greatest example is in the US, when you go to a restaurant, you sit down, the waiter is on you in like 2 seconds, get you the drinks, get you the food within like 12 minutes or less, you eat and you're out and you leave and you're like, what just happened? Like, it's so different over here, especially in Switzerland, and I hate to group Europe all as one like country because I know that's like great differences between countries. But in my experience in the European countries that I have personally visited, when you go out to dinner here, it's slow, you relax, the service is slow, the food takes some time to arrive, and you just have great deep conversations, and I really miss that desperately when we were living in the States. It was so fast.
So for example, if we went to restaurants, we were in and out in less than 45 minutes. In comparison that to Europe or Switzerland especially, you spend at a restaurant like at least 2 hours.
Yeah.
At least.
Or 3 if you're with like friends or something, I would say. So another reason kind of goes together is we felt like our lifestyle was starting to get very unhealthy. We were going through a lot of drive-thrus, we were eating a lot of fast food, a lot of unhealthy food.
A lot of Taco Bell.
Yeah, a lot of Taco Bell, and you can combine that with driving everywhere, you know, and not even getting out of your car because you just go through the drive-thru. And we felt like this was very like addictive type of lifestyle, that once you start living that way, it's very, very, very hard to break the habit. And I just saw a statistic recently, I think it's 34% of Americans are obese. So not overweight, but obese, like 1 in 3 people. And I also saw recently that 10% of the US population is diabetic, and it's just insane. So I know this might sound weird to other people. Obviously there are healthy people in the US, but for us personally, it was very tempting and very hard, and it was almost like an addiction, which is very, very hard to break. And yeah, we're definitely making changes now and working on healthier living, and yeah, making definitely smarter food choices. Just losing access to all that stuff is like really like the best way to break the addiction, because they just don't have it over here.
The big change moving to Switzerland was we decided to eat at home more.
And that helps too, that going out dinner for 2 in Switzerland is easily going to set you back, what, 100 Swiss francs?
In Switzerland, yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily, like without drinks. I mean, well, no, I guess with drinks.
No, with drinks.
Yeah, like 2 entrees, like even if they're like vegetarian entrees, 2 vegetarian entrees and 2 glasses of wine can easily set you back like almost 100 Swiss francs. So that's a big deterrent from going out to restaurants all the time.
Another reason why we decided to move back to Europe was we're so close to all these different kind of European countries. So for example, last month we went to London for a week, we went to Berlin, Germany for a week. So that's pretty cool, like to be so close, to be so close to all these different kinds of cultures, and yeah.
So yeah, while we're over here, we're definitely going to be taking advantage of the proximity of everything, because yeah, you can fly to countries for like $20, and I'm not exaggerating. You can buy flights from Switzerland to France for $20, and yeah, we definitely plan on taking full advantage of that. We have some traveling coming up this week actually, you guys, and we cannot wait to take you along with us. And yeah, traveling is one of the main reasons why we are absolutely loving it here. And Switzerland is super central, you guys, so it is really a good spot. If you're gonna pick a spot in Europe, Switzerland is a good central location.
Okay, another reason why we moved over here was because of jobs. and the pay. In Switzerland, the job I used to have back in the States will pay here about 2 or 3 times more. And with that kind of money, we can save a lot of money. We can save a lot, invest that money.
So yeah, it is much easier here to have like a higher standard of living without having to like sell your soul or something like that. Like you get paid a decent wage over here. Like, I mean, he's not exaggerating. You definitely make 2 to 3. I would even argue, I know friends that would make like 4 or 5 times in Switzerland what they make.
It depends.
Yeah, in the US, depending on the industry and that kind of a thing.
Happy person.
Okay. So, and I know that probably sounds weird to a lot of you because probably a lot of you have heard about the American dream and moving to the United States to land your dream job or whatever. But the reality is sometimes they don't pay that well in the US. That is definitely true. They pay what the market is willing to accept, and sometimes, you know, it's not that much. Yeah, because there will always be people that are willing to work for less than you, and yeah, that obviously drives down the wages. And in Switzerland, for some reason, I don't know why, I am not like an expert on the Swiss economy, but you paid more here. It is more expensive to live here, not proportionally. You still end up better off at the end of the month living over here. Even though the cost of living is higher, you're still going to have a far, you know, bigger disposable income at the end of the month. But yeah.
Switzerland is like a little island in Europe, because nobody gets paid that much money as other people in other countries around Switzerland, like in Germany, Italy, France. They get paid much less, like maybe American standard.
Yeah, closer. Yeah. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
From people that live in the UK as well and stuff. It sounds really similar to American wages. For some reason, Switzerland wages are just like sky high, which we plan on taking full advantage of possibly at one point when Matthias decides to take a job. We're gonna like be shoveling it into the savings account, and yeah, that will be good. Just as an example, when I was in college, so this was in like 2010, 11, and I was working in a bar, I think I was getting paid between $20, $25 per hour plus tips.
It was 27.
Was it? It was a lot. Like, I don't know, I had a few different jobs. They all paid different. Probably, I think when I was working in like the highest end type of bar, it was like $27 an hour. Plus I got tips on top of that. So on top of my wage, I was still leaving with not like major tips like in the US, but I was still leaving with, you know, $50 in my pocket every single night, and it was just insane. I could work like 1 day a week and cover like all of my living expenses.
Yeah, we were, during college time, we worked 2 days a week, Saturday and Sunday, and that covered all our living expenses.
So we kind of were missing that. In the States, you gotta work hard for your money. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the way it is. It's a free market. It's a completely free market, so that's what you're gonna get. But we do appreciate that over here we get paid more. Another main reason, you guys, is we were just fed up with the materialism in general in the United States. I personally think it is much easier to be a little bit more minimalist living in Europe. It is more normal. It is more
accepted.
Yeah, it is definitely more accepted because people here in Switzerland, again, I don't want to generalize Europe, but in Switzerland, and I know in a lot of other European countries, they don't just go buy things because they want to. They don't just like drool over the latest like power tool or lawnmower to come out and go buy it like I see in the United States. People really keep their things for a long period of time. They invest in quality things and they hold on to them, and they don't really buy something new until the old one is like completely out of function, you know what I mean? Not working anymore. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Oh, certainly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was just a good step for us. We can get paid more, we can slow down more, we can take a step back from the materialistic type of culture in the United States. And again, I don't want to insult anybody in the United States as well. I am not trying to generalize. I know that there are all sorts of different cultures and subcultures in the US. There are very healthy people in the US. There are very minimal people in the US. But where I grew up and what I'm used to, which very materialistic and very unhealthy in general. So for us, it's just really the best choice, I think.
It was, yeah.
A lot of you guys have been asking, like, can you legally live in Switzerland? And I'm just gonna say, like, yes, since we're married, I apply, there's like so much going on. Since we are married, I qualify to get a residence permit. I do not have a Swiss passport or a European passport, but I am in the process of getting my residence permit, and the Swiss residence permit does allow me to live anywhere in Europe or in the EU for, you know, however long as I would like, as long as I'm with my husband. So to answer that question, yes, I know, and I'm here legally, so do not even ask me about that. But I hope this cleared up. I know it was a little bit confusing for some people. We even personally feel guilty sometimes because so many people, like, it's their dream to move to America. They'd give everything to move to America. So to choose to leave, we sometimes felt guilty. We definitely felt guilty.
Yeah.
Especially like going through Matthias's immigration was not easy. It was expensive. It was a headache. It was very time consuming. And to kind of walk away from that, we questioned it many
Quite
times.
some time, yeah.
Yeah. And we still don't know if we'd made the right choice, you know? We don't know, but it's what we want right now. So we're just gonna go with what we want right now, what feels good for our souls at the moment. And we definitely needed to be back here. We just definitely felt called to be back here. So mostly we had to follow our heart, and our heart was calling us back here. And of course we have, you know, our reasons, like we just listed off.
Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions. We were happily
To answer them.
We're happy to answer
Yes.
them. And yeah, see you in the next
Video. Love you guys so much. Bye.
Bye.